Local Network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. Demolition of a burned-out building in West Hazelton resumed today, and officials are still trying to identify the man that was found dead inside. Luzerne County Coroner Bill Lissman said an autopsy was done this morning, and Dr. Gary Ross determined that the white male died from carbon monoxide intoxication. The official ruling will come when the fire marshal is done investigating how the fire got its start. The fire sparked Saturday night at the double-block home on East Green Street that was turned into apartments, and Lissman said they are awaiting dental records to ID the body that was found there. Officials now believe the fire started in Grant Yamula's apartment. He is the man that police issued a missing persons alert for on Monday. Most of the fire damage was sustained. Yamula lived on the 103 side of that apartment house. West Hazelton police are also asking for people to come forward with video and pictures of the fire. You can contact police at 570-455-3733, or you can email them at whpd89@gmail.com. The Tamaqua Area School Board voted Tuesday to put a controversial policy that would allow for armed staff on hold. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has more.
Tamaqua Area School Board directors voted 7-1 Tuesday to suspend the implementation of School District Policy Number 705, pending a resolution as to its validity by the Schuylkill County Court of Common Pleas. The lone no vote was cast by Director Nicholas Boyle, who heads the Safety Committee and championed the policy. Boyle's reasoning for standing by his decision said that the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission in Florida recently recommended arming staff. He said that commission found that teachers and administrators are often the first ones killed during active shooter situations. Boyle also added that backing down on the policy is an assault on Second Amendment rights.
It's obviously not enough to have an SRO there. We need to have immediate staff there, which is usually the first person to be shot, unfortunately, in these instances. So that's why that safety committee recommended that, because they are the first line of defense.
Since September, 2 lawsuits have been filed against Policy 705, one in November from the Teachers Union and the other from district parents and grandparents. Both lawsuits asked that the policy be dropped and claim that the board doesn't have the authority to change Pennsylvania school code.
I believe we need to hire professionals to protect our students. I don't believe that it's a teacher's job to do that.
School board president Larry Wittig told Boyle that he was proud of the amount of time he put into researching the policy and agrees in principle, but personally wanted to suspend its implementation pending the outcome of the court's decision. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
And the Crestwood School Board will be choosing a permanent superintendent, that after Joseph Gorham announced that he will be resigning at the end of the week. The school board will discuss it at tomorrow night's meeting, but no hasty decisions will be made. Gorham has been on paid leave since the end of October after problems arose with paperwork with some bus driver certifications. Classes had to be canceled October 24th and 25th while the matter was being looked into. The school board voided a contract with Reinheimer Bus Lines in November, and the state auditor general's office said that the responsibility for the bus driver's paperwork ultimately rests with school administrators. Director of Operations Christopher Gregoris, who was also on leave, will be departing from the school district as well. In his resignation, Gorham wished his successor and the district well. Joseph Rasmus will continue as acting superintendent of the Crestwood Area School District. Tomorrow night's board meeting is at 6:30. An accused firebomber faces more legal trouble as he stands trial this week for an alleged domestic assault. 48-year-old Philip Finn faces charges of simple assault and harassment after he allegedly beat his daughter's mother and threw her off a porch at a Plains Township home. 39-year-old Leah Guerra testified about the incident Tuesday. She said the assault happened right in front of their then 8-year-old daughter. The now 10-year-old testified that she saw her father throw her mother off the porch but did not see him hit her. 2 months after the assault, Finn allegedly used 3 Molotov cocktails to damage an office at Luzerne County Children and Youth Headquarters in Wilkes-Barre. He'll be heading to federal court in April in that case. The prosecution rested Tuesday on Finn's assault case. The defense expected to get underway today. Finn is currently held at the Luzerne County Prison. 2 street projects in McAdoo need to be completed, and Borough Council must figure out how the money will be dispersed. The borough secured a $114,000 federal community development block grant to repair the subsurface of South Hancock Street. Council voted Tuesday to take some of that money to seal an access to an underground tunnel on Sherman Street. The borough plans to do an income survey of the Sherman Street neighborhood to see if it qualifies for another grant. A zoning and code enforcement officer that the borough will be flipping the money from Hancock to Sherman Street, but in order to do that, the surveys must be completed. If the money is transferred, it will be used to seal the tunnel entrance, although it can't be permanently sealed until repairs are made to the tunnel wall. Borough Street Foreman Joe Matichek suggested that dirt be used to seal the tunnel opening temporarily for the winter. Tonight, Hazleton City Council will meet, and Council will appoint 3 people to 3 different boards. Council will appoint someone to the Hazleton City Authority, the Greater Hazleton Joint Sewer Authority, and the Hazleton Health Services Authority. When Council released the agenda this week, there were no names listed for those positions. Council President Bob Gavio said it was done that way at the recommendation of the city solicitor. Council members will nominate from the floor of the meeting and then vote on each person. Whoever gathers the most votes wins. That way, each council member has the chance to nominate someone. Currently, Philip Andrus' seat is up at the Water Authority, Grace Kuzo is up on the Sewer Authority, and Ted Schirach's seat is up on the Health Board. Council meets tonight at 6 o'clock. Like it or not, we're going to see some snow moving into our area this weekend, and today our Gary Perna spoke with Hazleton's mayor, who issued a reminder to residents about the snow parking ban and also has some do's and don'ts for residents too.
We could be facing a lot of snow this weekend, and Hazleton City officials want everyone to know about the snow ban and remind residents of some do's and don'ts.
Imminent storm coming this weekend. We are looking to enforce the snow ban and notify the people of proper procedures. This year, do not park where there's a red sign. Do not park where there's a yellow sign. We will start enforcing that soon after the snow starts, and we'll be in full force once the plows start going out. So if your car is parked on the wrong side of the street, by the time it's plowable snow, there's a good chance you will get a ticket.
Cassat said the city will put out alerts on local media outlets, but the snow ban goes into effect once a plowable snow has accumulated on the ground.
The ordinance is clear. Once the snow starts, that the snow ban is in effect, and it remains in effect throughout the storm, and I believe 24 hours after the storm is complete. We advise you not to park, to flip-flop back to the other side until after your street is clear to the curb. We will continually come through and clean up and widen the streets in preparation for the second storm coming.
And just in time for this snowstorm to hit, the city took delivery of 2 new smaller plow trucks for DPW crews.
We did receive 2 new medium-sized plow trucks this week. They're Ford 550s, which are good trucks to utilize in tight areas. They're fully equipped, and that We currently have 3 of those now, and we have 1 new Freightliner we got last year, and we're still awaiting the other 2 Freightliners to come in, and much needed equipment.
And if you get a snow ban parking ticket, you have 2 options.
Well, if you get a parking ticket, you have 2 choices. Come to City Hall and pay it, or don't pay it and wait till you get a citation to go to the magistrates. There's 2 choices. You either pay it or you don't pay it. The signs are very self-explanatory. It's not the first time that the snow ban has been in effect in the city of Hazleton. It's very simple. Do not park where there's a red sign. Do not park where there's a yellow sign. If there's a sign up there that says do not park anytime, please don't park there.
The mayor reminds residents to be patient with crews this winter.
The city has about 140 miles of plowable road. The plan is that you go through and plow the streets, you go back and you plow the side streets, back to the main streets, side streets, courts. It takes about 3 hours to make 1 pass through the mains. It takes another 3 to 4 hours to make a pass through the side streets. And then that process is repeated. So just because you see a plow truck go down your street, we will be back around. It may be a few hours later, but we will be back. So do not just flip-flop your vehicle thinking you're getting 1 pass and done. We do ask the residents, if they do live near a fire hydrant, to please clear the area around the fire hydrant in case there's an emergency. We also, if somebody is shoveling their vehicle out, do not throw the snow into the street. It is illegal, and we have been finding and citing people for doing that. It causes a hazard. It also causes us to have to go back through and redo those streets over again.
Again, during the upcoming snowstorm and for the remainder of the snow season, the city reminds everyone not to park on the red or yellow sides of the streets in Hazleton. Reporting in Hazleton for Wyln News, I'm Gary Perna.
Coming up on Wyln News, trash pickups, storm water fee, and tax refunds. But first, before we go to break, a check on that forecast. We're going to see a few flurries overnight with a low of 20. Tomorrow looks quiet, then snow overnight. That could cause some travel concerns early Friday. Then quiet again with another storm. That's the one they're watching Saturday night into Sunday. Stay with us.
When was the last time someone pumped your gas, checked your oil, cleaned your windshield? At Craig's Tire and Auto Service Center, they believe in full service at the gas pump. Craig's also offers full computer diagnostic service, alignments, Pennsylvania state inspections including emissions, brakes, tires, anything you need to keep your car running perfectly. Let Craig's do the work for you like they have for over 50 years. Craig's Tire and Auto Service Center, 620 East Diamond Avenue in Hazleton.
The Falvello Law Firm, located at 314 Main Street, Suite A in Cunningham, offers help with car and truck accidents, wills, powers of attorney, and estates. With a small team of attorneys, they work directly with each and every client, serving all of northeastern Pennsylvania, and they are proud to offer legal services that make a real difference to you. Call them at 570-788-4191 today. S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hazel Township supervisors are addressing issues about trash pickups after receiving numerous complaints from residents. Since the township awarded a $1.3 million contract to County Waste in October 2017, residents have complained about garbage being left all over, missed pickups, and property damage. The contract with County Waste reduced the yearly garbage fee by $40 to $140, but many residents said that they would rather pay more to have better service. Supervisors have met with County Waste representatives on several occasions. Now officials from the township have to consider as to whether they will renew service with the company. Residents who are experiencing problems with their garbage pickup are also being asked to contact County Waste at 570-685-5000. The storm water fee continues to remain controversial in many communities throughout Luzerne County. At a meeting last night in Hanover Township, the Wyoming Valley Sanitary Authority announced that they will delay the payment date for the new fee until March 15th. They will also eliminate all appeal fees. Meanwhile, at the Harvey's Lake Borough Council meeting last night, residents there asked council members to reverse the new contract with WVSA, which they voted to join at the end of last year. And facing an estimated $81,000 bill, the Luzerne County Redevelopment Authority says they will contest the fee, saying some of the property that they're being charged for they don't own. The government shutdown now in its 4th week, but the Trump administration has promised that taxpayers who are owed refunds will be paid on time. The Internal Revenue Service is calling back nearly 46,000 employees furloughed by the shutdown, though they won't be paid. The Trump administration said that customary shutdown policies will be reversed to make the money available and refund payments possible. A union representing employees of the IRS filed a lawsuit in federal court last week over employees having to work without pay. Yesterday, a federal judge rejected the union's challenge, declining to force the government to pay the recalled IRS staff. The official start of the tax filing season is January 28th. Getting gun, hunting, and dog licenses just got easier at 2 Schuylkill County offices. The Schuylkill County Sheriff and Treasurer's offices will be offering extended hours throughout the year to accommodate residents who may want to obtain or renew gun, dog, fishing, and hunting licenses. Sheriff Joseph Grudy and Treasurer Linda Marshock will be opening their offices Saturday, February 9th and October 5th from 8:30 till noon. Evening hours will also be offered March 20th, June 18th, and September 18th from 4:30 till 6:30 p.m. To apply for a concealed carry license for a firearm, you must be at least 21 years of age and provide a current and valid ID. The cost, $20, and can be paid by check, cash, credit card, or money order. The cost of a dog license varies, and all dogs 3 months or older must be licensed. Coming up on Silverbrook's News Choice, a bookstore is going to reopen. Where and when, we'll tell you coming up. But first, in Wellness Wednesday, we're talking flu season. Stay with us.
Ralph M. Cameron, specializing in quality and affordable construction services for residential, commercial, and industrial, licensed and insured. Call 570-401-0654 today for all your construction needs.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not going to do that.
Instead, I'm going to tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create. And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
It's time to say goodbye to 2018 and hello to 2019 during the Start Something New sales event at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We're celebrating the new year with new savings. Buy a new 2018 Jeep Compass Sport 4x4 with heated seats for only $23,715. Or buy a new 2018 Ram 1500 Crew Cab truck with Ram Cargo Management for $33,552. That's a savings of over $9,400. It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
WYLN, first in live local sports. The winter sports season is here. Catch these games live on WYLN this week.
here on WYLN. It's Wednesday, which means it's Wellness Wednesday, thanks to our friends at Lehigh Valley Health Network. And today we're on location at Lehigh Valley Hospital here in Hazleton with Dr. Jeff Kuklinski, who specializes in emergency medicine. And today we are here to discuss the flu. Now, Jeff, let's see, what are some telltale signs that you're about to get the flu?
Well, typically we see the fever, the cough, the runny nose, congestion, sometimes some sore throat. Occasionally you'll see some diarrhea or some vomiting. Typical head stuff, chest kind of symptoms. Now,
I know that flu season is a lot longer than people might think it is. They might think it's just around the winter time. You know, how long is flu season really?
Well, typically flu season is several months. We started seeing flu probably in early November and probably will last through February, if not even March.
Now, the flu is so easy to catch. You know, someone sneezes and they touch something, someone else touches that something, you're about to get the flu. You know, what are some preventatives that people can take to avoid getting the flu?
Well, I think the biggest thing right off the bat is good hand washing. You know, if you wash your hands and wash the surfaces that you're, touching or in exposure to, that's a huge thing to kind of decrease your spread. If you have someone that is sick, obviously washing down things that you have, not sharing utensils, plates, etc. Anything that you can avoid that droplet contact.
And speaking of preventatives, you know, a lot of people are getting their flu shots and they might still be getting the flu. You know, what might be some of the reasons for that?
Sure, the flu shot is extremely effective, but it's not 100%. Some years it's better than others, and we try to take the flu from various years and develop a vaccine essentially to prior year's flu. The problem is the virus mutates, and so when it mutates, and depending on how much it mutates, is whether the flu shot can actually be effective or not. Very important to still get, but it isn't 100%. We still do recommend, especially populations that are high risk. But in not 100%, it does mutate, and we can't, obviously create a vaccine that's something that we haven't seen yet using past year's vaccine. So that's why sometimes it's not as effective as others.
Now you said populations that are more at high risk. You know, who are some of those in the population that might be at high risk for getting the flu?
Sure, very young, as well as our elderly, pregnant patients, all are at higher risks. Patients that have chronic lung disease, such as asthma or emphysema, cardiac disease, all of those patients are at much higher risk.
Now, you take all these preventative measures and oh no, you've got the flu. You know, what do you do now? What are some of the steps that you take from here?
Well, for a person that's relatively healthy and not with chronic disease, it's really supportive care. It's Tylenol, it's Motrin, it's drink your fluids, make sure you're eating, lots of rest. Those that have chronic illness, are young, are elderly, are pregnant patients, there are medications out there that can help decrease the symptoms a little bit, such as Tamiflu. There are several others out there, but most of those need to be started within 48 hours. So for the relatively healthy person, it's just a lot of TLC. It's Tylenol, Motrin, fluids, and this too shall pass.
Now, along the lines of this too shall pass, how long does the flu last? And if it lasts longer than a certain time, what steps should folks be taking to make sure that it's not something more serious?
Yeah, I mean, the flu can last, the fever itself can last 5-6 days. The cough can last for a couple weeks, and some of the congestion and all. If it's lasting, more than 6 days, fever, you're having worsening cough, shortness of breath, there's things that we need to be evaluated for, such as with a chest x-ray or blood work to make sure you don't have a pneumonia that developed on top of. So if the symptoms are lasting longer than 5 or 6 days with fever and cough, this is when you need to be checked out.
Now, is there anything else that you want to add, to really hit the viewers at home that you want to stress about, flu season, the flu, how to cure it, how to avoid getting it?
Yeah, good hand washing, good cough etiquette, not coughing in your hands, but coughing in your elbow, as opposed to not covering your mouth at all when you cough. That's probably the biggest, decrease in spread, and good hand washing. And if you're around someone sick, be careful. It's very contagious.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you for joining us today. Well, that's it for us here on Wellness Wednesday. And remember, if you do have your symptoms, please call your doctor.
And also at Lehigh Valley Hospital, remember, they also have Express Care on Broad Street, and you can contact them at 570-501-4LVH, and you'll be able to talk to a primary care professional and make sure that it's not something serious. Thank you for joining us so much here on Community and You. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Stop in at Two Italian Guys Pizzeria for the best pizza in town, serving a large variety of pizza, stromboli, and so much more. Open till 3 a.m. Take out or eat in, delivery available. Call 570-459-2783.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Being a new business is never an easy task, and this market deserves a dealer that guarantees the best price. Some people think our $1,000 low price guarantee could be a hoax, but let me assure you that is false. If we don't have the lowest price on any vehicle in stock, we'll write you a check for $1,000, guaranteed. Check us out on the internet 24/7 at blazehazleton.com. And if that's not the lowest price, print out your lowest price and bring it in and we'll beat. No need to shop anywhere else. We guarantee the lowest price. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Mazda of Greater Hazleton, home of the new low price guarantee, will beat any deal.
Another store rising from the rubble after being heavily damaged by a tornado this past summer in Wilkes-Barre Township. Major book retailer Barnes & Noble planning to reopen in the Arena Hub at the end of January. It's currently operating a temporary pop-up store in the nearby East End Center. That location remaining open until January 29th. Business hours there from 11 till 6, Sunday through Saturday. The Arena Hub location is set to reopen January 30th. Since that tornado, PetSmart, TJ Maxx, Staples, Dick's Sporting Goods, and 3 other stores that sustained damage have reopened in the Arena Hub. The Wilkes-Barre Township Commons Strip Mall is awaiting demolition. That's the news. Remember, you can always get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Now stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN.
Minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barber Ford. 2 great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 25 minutes from Frackville, 26 minutes from Jim Thorpe, 28 minutes from Tamaqua, 20 minutes from Shavertown, and 28 minutes from Clark Summit. Barber Ford in Exeter and Hazleton. Online at barberautogroup.com, where nobody but nobody sells for less.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
You're watching Monterey City's Choice for news, weather, and live local sports. WYLN.